Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Bill, this is Pushing Plastic. It's been a while since I put out a video. Now I've been being asked an awful lot lately about using PETG as a support for PLA prints, how to do it with Creality Print. And it's real easy. Now I honestly believe that this question is coming from the bamboo side of things. There's been a lot of videos lately from the bamboo side showing how to do this. And it's really simple. It's basically the same process in Creality Print. Now, I have this slice I'm printing up. It's got to line up and interlock with other pieces of basically the same shape. So it's kind of important to make sure I have smooth surfaces. If I try to just use my auto orient, it's going to put it like that. I don't want to print it this way. I can do it without supports, but I risk getting sag in the dovetail area, and I don't want that. So I'm going to have to print it flat. But where this cut is, right in this area, I'm going to need support for all this. And it is quicker, believe it or not. I think it takes like 2.5 hours to print vertically as opposed to laying it down. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay this flat, and I'm going to center it on the bed plate here. Just one of those habits I have. And now you can see I'm going to need support. Zoom in there a little bit. You can see this whole area is off of the build plate. So let's go ahead and we'll add some support. And we're going to just see how long it takes to print real quick in generic terms. Let's go ahead and slice this up. And we're looking at 1 hour 57 minutes. Not bad. It's not a big part. Let's go ahead and set up what we're here for is using a PETG interface layer. I'm going back to prepare. What I'm going to do is go to my supports, which I'm already there. I have support enabled, and we're going to come down to filament for supports. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to change support raft interface to PETG. Currently, in my CFS, I have black Elegoo PLA loaded up for my primary, and for my support interface I'm going to use Polymaker yellow, PETG obviously. Now after setting that to PETG, it's going to give me a warning, not a warning, a suggestion, and it's a good suggestion. It's going to set it to 0 for the top Z distance for the interface, which is perfect because we want that PLA to sit perfectly on top of the PLA. That way we won't have a rough underside of the PLA. And I want this part to be as smooth as possible. So it wants to know, change them automatically. Heck yeah, I'm going to hit that button. So yeah, there we go. Now I'm going to move this aside to avoid getting unnecessary errors. And let's go ahead and we're going to slice this real quick. And here you go. You can see the yellow interface layer. Now if you're not seeing this, all you got to do is your slicer might be set to be showing the line type. Over here on the right, just hit the drop down and change it to filament, and you'll get a color representation. So let's go ahead and we'll print this out. Well, no, I want to make one more change. Let's zoom in real quick. You can see it has 2 layers of PETG. The next thing I want to do as my top interface layers, I'm going to change that from 2 to 3. It's an extra added layer of security for our print. If I have 2 layers, there's a chance of a stray part of PLA sticking through, like maybe something was sticking up on the PLA. I don't want that sticking at all. So let's go ahead and zoom in, and you'll see we now have the 3 layers. So that's good. And what you'll notice is we're only changing our filament 4 times. That's important. Well, semi-important. What I want to drive at is you'll see the support and the raft base. Let's change that to PETG for conversation purposes only. So I'm going to change that. It's telling us it's not recommended. Let's just hit yes anyways, and we'll slice, and I'll show you why. Okay, that's going to use PETG for everything. We don't want that. Plus the fact that our time goes up slightly, but we have more filament changes. We have 16 filament changes instead of 4, which means we have a lot more waste of material. So change that back to default, and we'll reslice this. Everything's looking good. And we'll go ahead and we'll send this to the printer and see how things work out for us. Okay, so here you can see our yellow interface layer. Trying to do my best to keep this in the camera. And you can see we got a nice top. Let's go ahead and see how it breaks away. It just pulls off pretty easily. As you can see, the bottom is nice and smooth. Yeah, there's a little bit of parts there I'm gonna have to pull out, not a big deal. But yeah, I got a nice bottom surface, and I'm pretty happy with that. Like I said, it's real easy. Not much to it at all. I hope you found this information useful. If you did, hit that like button and let me know down in the comments. Smash that bell so you'll be alerted to new content in the future. And if you haven't done it yet, please consider subscribing.